What an opening day we've had in the Premier League. Leeds and Liverpool played against each other, and what a game it was. I at one point I thought that Leeds might get that draw against
Mm.
Liverpool, but then the 90th minute, 87th minute penalty by Mo Salah changed everything in the favor of Liverpool. But we'll have to praise Leeds here, and
Mm.
they've had excellent leadership in the form of their manager, and we'll talk about the game here.
Again, it was the first game of the season, as we said, it was a season opener. It was, Premier League champions versus the championship winners, the team coming from the championship. And I think so, a lot of teams, it's very difficult for them to transition from championship to Premier League. Last year, we saw what happened to Norwich. They faced Liverpool in the first match and they lost 4-1. They conceded 4 goals in the first half, but Leeds also they did their job very well. I think so. During the set piece, I think so. Leeds had to might go to the basics, back to the basics, because if you look at the all the four considered that the goals they considered, those were from set pieces, two were penalties, and one was corner, and one was a free kick. So again, they have to go back and trying to learn how to defend those set pieces. And if you think if they would have defended those set pieces, I think so. Leeds might have won this game because they were looking more threatening. If you look from the open play, Leeds were more what you can say threatening. They were creating chances.
Hmm.
What you can say holding back Liverpool, or pushing them back. They're pressing. Everyone is talking about Leeds pressing, how they press, how they were pressing man to man. They were one on one with the Liverpool players, and they were forcing them to go back to Alisson and play that long ball. I think so. Liverpool succeeded in playing that long ball, but still playing a long ball is a risky game, and you have to be where you have to what you can say be sure, and you have to have that pinpoint accuracy to play the long ball game. So I think the league forced them to do that, and again, sad that they could not defend their set pieces. Otherwise, we could have had Premier League guidelines, Leeds defeating Liverpool on the first day. But sad, it didn't happen. But yeah, happy for Leeds, coming back to Premier League 16 years after winning the Premier League, going back to champion, going to the homes or going to the home of champions, defending champions,
Hmm.
and taking the for game up to them, staying in the game for the most of the time, and just it was a bad luck, I can say, bad sort of luck. Rodrigo gave away the penalty to Salah. Liverpool won. I think so.
Exactly.
Liverpool did not win. I think so they survived. Leeds United. I think instead of winning, they
Yeah,
survived against them.
and we have to give credit to the Liverpool as well, because Liverpool gives great opening day games, and that's what happened yesterday. 7 goals in a game. It was a treat for fans like me to watch.
Mm.
People who like to watch a lot of goals in a game. Then yesterday's game was for you people, and I hope everyone saw that game. If not,
Mm.
then you should really go out and check the highlights of the game. And talking about Leeds, 3 goals
Mm.
against the champions, it has a lot to do with guts as well. What do you think?
Again, what you can see, you play against Liverpool and you consider goal. Everyone is like, now we have to go, we have to play a little bit, back foot. We have to go on back foot. We have considered a goal against top team. A lot of teams, would go on back foot, and they would say that we will hold on right now. We don't want to, concede more goals. But they did not do that. They were taught to press attack. And if you see, if you could watch the highlights, when Liverpool scored that first goal, they immediately, replied by creating those chances
Exactly.
and getting that goal back. Again, after the second goal, Leeds again created those chances and again scored the goal. So you can see that Marcelo Bielsa as fighting team, never letting down, and even after what you can say after 80, 85 minutes, they were still level ahead. They were still trying to get that goal. They were still pressing hard. They were still running at the Liverpool defenders
Mm.
to get that ball, to get that position. I think so. For Leeds, they did better in the second half than they did in the first half. Leeds, I shot a photo, I also posted it on an Insta story, that in the second half, after I think so it was 25, 30 minutes, Leeds still had, 62% of the position against Liverpool, which I think so
Yes,
is a very, very sore side, having the 62% of position. So that defines, how the Leeds is, and how the way they play, and how they are going to play in the upcoming matches. I think so. No, Liverpool versus Leeds was good, but let's see, what they do against Manchester City, because I think so. Manchester City are also at the same level as Liverpool are, and if they do against them
do the
very
same.
well, then I think so. They can might break into top seven, as everyone is talking about, and we don't have to wait that much for that match. That match will be coming, in the first week of October. That's I think that is I think so game week 4. I think so they are having a match. So yeah, keenly waiting to see what Leeds do with the upcoming match.
Exactly, and like you said, Leeds were doing man-to-man marking, and you know what Liverpool did? They crowded a particular area on the pitch. I observed that,
Mm.
and that was the counter against man-to-man marking, and I think Liverpool really succeeded. Even though Leeds had most position for most of the time, but Liverpool got more goals, and
Uh,
that's why they won.
See why they crowded area because we all know they I think so for the everyone knows I think so Leeds like to either defensive area they like to have +1 and the attacking area they like to have -1. So if your ball is in opponent's half, they always try to pressure them 2-on-1, taking the disadvantage. When the ball is in their court, they like to have that extra man, who can go maybe where can cover for each and everyone for
Who
the
can work as a
player who
floater?
Yes, yes, as a floater, yes, exactly right, floater. So I just wanted to overcome that, I think so. Klopp played as a, Klopp overloaded that area because if you see, you can see if you look at the flanks, one time if you look at the right side, then there were Salah was there, Alexander Arnold was there, and Henderson was there, to cover those to provide that overload. And in the right side again, Henderson moved to the side. I think so. Henderson was that only. If he gets to play in the middle, it's good. But again, if they have to get overloads, Henderson goes to that side. And once Curtis Jones came up and Fabinho was moved into the center stadium position, I saw Curtis Jones also doing the same thing. They were trying to overload the flanks, trying to what you can say that nullify that +1 advantage that Leeds have, and that is I think so the why that reason why I think so they were getting that overload.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll talk about goals now. 7 goals in yesterday's game, and talk about your favorite goals. In my personal opinion, the third goal which Leeds scored, I think Klich scored that goal.
Hmm.
It was the best goal of the game, I feel, because the way he received the ball and then he put it into the net. So it was amazing. That was my favorite goal. What about you?
My favorite goal was the first goal that the Leeds scored because again you are 1-0 up again, you are 1-0 down against Liverpool,
Down
and
against.
the way Liverpool were dominating that time, and it was against the play of the game. Leeds again they were getting that momentum back, but still it's your first day, it's your first Premier League game, 60 years, 16 years, and coming against the champions, defending champions. You take that the upper hand in that situation and you score that goal. That I think so. I don't remember who scored that goal now. I had his name registered, remembered, but again I forgot. But that goal, that what you can say that show the character of the Leeds, and I think so. He can fool Robertson into thinking that he has won the ball, but he fooled him. He cut inside and he shot the goal. And that was a near post. I think so. I thought might go for the far post, and that's why Alisson was beaten. Alisson thought it might go for he might go for the far post, but instead he went for the near post and scored the goal. So I think so that goal was I think so my favorite goal of that night.
Exactly, and even the Leeds might not have got those points, but they still got a great shot into the Premier League. They have difficult games ahead, but I
Mm.
believe Leeds will do well, and I really want Leeds to do well. As far as
Mm.
Liverpool are concerned, Liverpool got those 3 points, but they had to face problems, and I'm sure Klopp will address those points because they have
Mm.
Manchester City coming for them. They even have
Mm.
Chelsea coming for them. So three welcome points for Klopp and a great
Mm.
start for Leeds as well. So if you have anything to say.
Again, Liverpool, it was a good performance, after that, what you can say, horrible performance at the Community Shield, It was a good performance. Klopp tried to do some things, Klopp added Navigator in. I think Navigator is a good player, he's a good number 8. And he can, provide a good assistance alongside Henderson. I think so, Henderson, because, as I saw in the first half, I just couldn't spot where Wijnaldum where he was. I think so he was disappeared. In the second half, obviously he was there. But in the first half, I did not see Wijnaldum much with the ball and did not see Robert Firmino do much with the ball. So again, instead of Wijnaldum, they can play Navigator. Navigator, I think, so is a good physicality player. He likes to make those runs. He likes to get physical with the players, and his work rate is also good. So I think so. For cop strategy, I think so. Navigator is the one. Who should he look? He should look to play more often than Wijnaldum. Okay, it was a good performance from Liverpool. Expecting more of this from Liverpool. The good, I think so. It might take a time, to get the that sort of freedom that they had, at the start of the season. Defeating, just what you can say, losing, just losing one match that was against Watford. So again, for that kind of momentum, I think so. It might take a time for them, but I think so. Liverpool will reach after what we saw yesterday because they also didn't give up. Liverpool were getting dominated in the middle of the park. They were getting dominated, but still, they clawed their way, they fight their way to that victory. So again, Leeds did the most of the work. Leeds, were the better team, but I would not take anything away from Liverpool, and I think so. It was a good result for them because if they had got that draw, if they would have what you can say they have got that draw. I think so, the doubt would have kept, are we really that good, or what that was that what can say season was a fluke, because again,
Mm,
you are expected to win against Leeds, and you are expected to win big against them from a side, who's currently coming from the championship. You are expected to win against them, and if you get and if you get dominated like that, surely your morale goes down, your confidence goes down. But I think so it was a great victory for them. Sure, they did not get that goal from that open play, but still, a goal is a goal. Anyway, you can take it, and
exactly.
anyway you get it, you accept it.
Yeah, and Liverpool won the game, but Leeds won hearts.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes, exactly, exactly.
but
Liverpool
I
won the
think,
game, but Leeds won
but
the
I
heart.
think Leeds needs to start winning games, because
Yes.
winning hearts doesn't win you trophies. So Leeds is walking on the path of RCB. Anyway,
No, I think the trophy is not
that's
a
what
major problem for them. Trophy is not a major problem. When they're staying in the Premier League is, I think, so
staying in
the
the
main
Premier
goal.
League is a problem. So
Staying
staying
in the
relevant is a problem.
hmm.
Anyway, that's what we have for you in this video. I hope you liked it, and make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you next.
Peace out.